And wow!
Aaron
Gordon hits a three. And the Nuggets win it 121-119. My goodness. Chet Holmgren, your guy. It's your fault, Harmon. Chet Holmgren at the free throw line, and the Thunder with a 1-point lead with a chance to at least make it a, hey, you got to hit a three or the game is over. He misses both free throws. Westbrook gets the ball out on the break. It looks like he's going to break to the basket. He gets just inside the three-point line. Aaron Gordon is down on the wing. A great pass. He is wide open in transition. He buries the three, and Oklahoma City puts up a panic shot from three-quarters court when they still had like 2 seconds left on the clock. And they wind up missing, of course, and the Nuggets take game one, 121-119. Nuggets with the huge W. This
is just like the earlier game, a massive lead squandered. Because this got out to 20, if I'm not mistaken. It was either 18 or 20 at its worst. And the Thunder looked like they were going in for a laugher. And then chip away at the stone, fourth quarter, lid on the rim, some bad decision-making and possessions. And bit by bit, Aaron Gordon finishes with 22 on the night, 14 rebounds. We talk about the heroics of Nikola Jokic. Yeah, he should have been fouled out on that half-ass reach-in on Chet. But like anything, if it's not called, it's not a foul.
No.
And then you get this 2 free throw miss by Chet Holmgren setting up Russell Westbrook, who's there again.
I'm telling you, man, look, to talk about this play that just happened, yes, Aaron Gordon hits the three, and he hit a couple of big threes in this game. It's a great three, right? He sets up along the three. Well, you don't need a three.
Yeah,
but I'm still setting up for a three.
Yeah.
It's kind of the redemption of Russell Westbrook is what we've been seeing so far this season from him. He gets the ball in a situation in which can tend itself to be panic, especially with Russell Westbrook, right? The rebound is out, and he gets the ball just inside of midcourt, and there's a couple of things he can do. He can try to get to the rim. He can make space for a shot. He can look for a pass. He can do all three of those things. And when you're Russell Westbrook, you're thinking, well, whatever he chooses is going to be wrong. Westbrook has great vision. He could have stopped and taken a shot. Nobody would have been upset, right? Because, okay, with a couple of seconds left, but instead he takes the extra couple of dribbles, cuts back, and hits Gordon far across the floor. He's a better three-point shooter. He had hit big threes. Westbrook makes the right play, and it's now a 1-0 lead for the Nuggets in a game where they were down the entire game. They were down the entire game, and Jokic is flopping and complaining at calls, and the Thunder keep making big shots and big plays, and they catch the Nuggets asleep, and they hit they hit their free throws, and still the Nuggets wind up coming out of here with a win, and suddenly the three best teams in the NBA playoffs are all down 1-0 in the second round. I love basketball.
I
love basketball.
But both games tonight, just absolutely insane. If you were watching these games, now obviously we're in the studio and, talking sports, kind of what we do, and love talking with it wherever you're listening, however you're listening to the show tonight. Thank you. But if you're a casual observer, you're like, it's a 20-point game. I'm done. Right? You went and found whatever your Monday night other viewing experiences were going to be, and you missed thrillers. Right, you missed the improbable sequences. Go back to your, early game. That seems like a lifetime ago, based on what we just watched here with the Thunder and the lead and Alex Caruso. We talked about him hitting big shot after big shot, and then down the stretch, just chipping away to this ultimate possession. That ball, second free throw, rolled off the rim. One of those slow roll, off the lip and down it came to the court. And all right, here we go. Fast break play. Let's go. Get it out to Westbrook, and he's running up the court. And once again, he's a guy that's enjoying it, right? He had his great quote over the weekend of loving to be a force of nature and being chaos, which is good or bad, depending on the time. Like he went into the full, recognizing what he is in the moment. But for Gordon to have the ability to pause and hit a big shot like that. I mean, one of the he's an unsung hero in outside of Denver. Like he's a guy.
Oh yeah,
right.
Sure.
He's one of those.
Yeah.
All right, he's a good player, but then you see moments like this where it's just that calm for a guy that you would expect to be playing more in the low post to be able to step back as he did, and he hit a couple of big shots here in the fourth, finishing with 22. But yeah, improbability, man. All three teams, Cleveland's obviously in the worst of it with the injuries they've got to deal with coming into game 2. But if you're the Thunder, if you're the Celtics, you're looking around the locker room going, how the hell did we just do that?
It is all of a sudden everything we knew is out the window. That's
love
why
it.
I love sports. That's why everything we knew. Because what have I said for the longest time? If we're not talking about an NBA Finals, that's the Thunder against either the Cavaliers or the Celtics, something's wrong. And now all of a sudden, 3 teams faced with must-wins in game 2, or it could wind up going out the window for them.
Hey, sometimes you need to get rid of a coach
Man,
to find your spark, Jason.
We'll get to the coaching part of it in a few minutes. But just real quick on Russell Westbrook, before we get to a big question starting to come up.
Jason, real quick, we were deprived the Russell Westbrook moment, though. By him giving up and passing the ball? He deprived us all of the Russell Westbrook moment.
But he made the smart basketball.
I was cheering because he had the ball. He ran. He's got to shoot that.
No, when you
wanted him to go in one-on-one.
You got to live and die by the Russ. Tell me that's not way more exciting.
Oh, it would have been more exciting. And he could have gotten to the hoop and at least gotten to the free throw line.
He would have gone right at Chet.
But he had a couple of defenders in front of him, and Chet was back on defense. So I think if
never stopped him before.
If Westbrook tries to take it to the rim, he winds up getting to the free throw line. That's probably the best case scenario with about 3 or 4 seconds left in the game. That's probably what winds up happening. But he makes the right play. Look, Russell Westbrook's a former MVP for a second. I feel like this whole season with him and the Nuggets and how they've played and how he has played, it's like the redemption of Russell Westbrook. Whitty is now with a guy comfortable with his role. Like, I wasn't comfortable coming off the bench at the Lakers. It wasn't a great fit. Now this is a much better fit in Denver, and he is playing really good basketball. He makes a great decision, being able to find him across the court because he knew I take these couple of steps towards the rack. That draws Chet towards him.
Come back.
So that it's more wide open. He could have just thrown it right across the court, and Chet would have been in Aaron Gordon's face. But he takes those couple of dribbles, makes it look like I'm going to go to the net. So both defenders collapse, and Gordon's standing like, hey, I'm wide open. Now Chet does a great job. Chet's stopping and getting at least a hand in the air, but Gordon's got a wide open 3. That's such a great play by Russell Westbrook. It's the redemption of Russell Westbrook.
30 minutes played tonight, 18 points, 7 of 13 from the field. Struggled from the arc, 1 of 5, and then 3 of 5 from the free throw line, but a plus-minus of 4, including that big game winner right there. Oof. 2 assists on the night, played with 5 fouls, played smart basketball. And it's funny because he's the like we talked about with James Harden and did coming into the weekend, and we talk about all these different storylines. It's the history and what you've shown us and just waiting for the other shoe, right? Waiting for something else to happen. And for Russell Westbrook here, we saw all of the things that we've loved about his competitiveness and playmaking ability on display here, and for the positive. Because we've certainly seen the decisions the other way and erratic basketball. Here, game on the line, gets the ball forwarded out to him after the rebound, gets it about half court, looks up ahead, sees the defenders, and makes the decision to get the ball to Gordon. And Chet, even with those big, long, outstretched arm, can't get there.
Phenomenal decision by him. Really, it's the redemption of Russell Westbrook. Who knew?
The shot of the Nuggets bench, though.
Of Russell Westbrook.
He deprived us, though.
Yeah, well, okay. If I thought he had a clear shot, I would agree with you, but he wasn't going to get one.
Has he ever had a clear shot?
But I think that was
true.
the decision he was looking for, I'm going to force this. Maybe I get it, and it's a spectacular play, or we lose.
Let's take a listen to how it sounded. Chet missing both free throws, and the Nuggets winding up with the W.
Second free throw, Holmgren. Missed it again. Rebound down to Christian Brown. You got to hurry. 7 seconds. Front court over to Westbrook. Left side Gordon for the win. Yeah! 2.8 seconds left coming back the other way. Williams from half court. Banked it no good at the horn. And the Denver Nuggets shock the Oklahoma City Thunder in game number 1. Final tonight, 121-119.
Nuggets Radio Network on the call. Look, a night that had a bunch of different themes that are continuing. We talk about the teams winning on the road in game one, teams missing free throws, the Knicks missing all the free throws. Chet, your guy missing both free throws at the end. That could have made it at least, hey, make one. All right, we're finding some week. It's either win or lose if they make a shot, or maybe they go to. But he misses both.
But that second one, it's I don't know how that ball doesn't go down the hoop, but it rolls off the lip, and Brown is shocked that it comes to him because he lets it go. It gets all the way to the court.
Yeah.
And he's looking around like, wait, what? Look what I got.
Yeah.
And then it's a quick outlet to Westbrook, and now the rest is history. But wow, what an insane ending. But
and the thing is, Chet is a 75% free throw shooter.
But we keep going back to it. We were actually talking about it before the show because you were lamenting your Knicks and their ineffectiveness at the line earlier tonight. And it's something we've been talking about all down the stretch of the regular season and certainly through the first round of the playoffs. The woeful free throw shooting on display time and time again when we're talking double-digit misses for teams that leave the door open for – to snatch a loss from what seems sure victory.
He's a 75% free throw shooter, but playoffs. Certain teams raise to the moment, and this is a Nuggets team that had won a championship just a couple of years ago. They handled the end and they know the game is 48 minutes, not 47-30, not 47-45, 48 minutes, and that's exactly what happened.